Hey guys, how we doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. So this is our morning update on the TD Sequential for the major markets. So we'll go straight over to those charts. So yeah, as you can see, S&P looking pretty strong. These are the futures. These are obviously trading now. Let's just zoom out a little bit. We're on a 4-hour chart here, so you can see we've actually got a 4-hour 9 here. So this just presents an interesting trade opportunity and also a combo 13. Combo 13 sell. So yeah, this I would say is if we break below here, which is currently at 3,185, then I do believe we're going to get a test back at least to the trend line. So we didn't get this this rejection off the 786. So all we'll actually do is we'll just change this arrow up a bit, and we'll recycle that one. Yeah, potential move then down to the trend line, and then if we break the trend line, I would look for this horizontal support. Can you copy and paste? Copy V. Yes, you can. Look at that. And then potentially down to this horizontal support, and then failing that, I mean, I'm not saying the market's going to get this bearish, but failing that, I mean, clearly the 618 would be a potential target also. But I'm not necessarily expecting that to happen with the bullish nature of the market. But hey, if we break this level, that will be the next target anyway. So we'll leave that on there. So yeah, daily S&P. Daily S&P looks like it's got a couple of days to get to a 9. So I don't see that there's no real reason we can't get there. So this 4-hour 9 may not play out. This may be one of the cases where we have the 4-hour trade. That's our sell level. We'll extend this along a bit. This is our sell level, but we'll maybe get another bit of a rally for a couple more days higher, maybe around, well, who knows where, maybe around this 3240, 3250, and then we'll come and take that level out and then potentially come down, or we might even print another 4-hour 9. But I believe this will be an important level going forwards, and we are getting extended away from the moving averages, and then also away from this trend line. So I believe we are going to have at least some sort of a test of this. Not that has to be over or bearish, but just to cool off the trend a little bit. Let's have a look at the Nasdaq. Sorry, it's just been a bit slow here. Yeah, Nasdaq. We had that 9 trade, which didn't play out. It wasn't a sell. We just followed on through, basically to highs. Again, daily wise on the Nasdaq, we have got a couple more days for a 9. Did we have anything on the weekly Nasdaq? Yeah, we did. We had a weekly Nasdaq 9 as well. So the daily 9 and the weekly 9 coinciding with each other, or at the point that we potentially get a daily 9 and the weekly 9. I think that could be that would be for me the optimal risk reward potential of a turnaround of a reversal trade, even if it's just a test back to like we've got on here down to this just sub 9,000 area. Yeah, that's definitely going to be, I'm going to be eyeing that up as a trade, and I'll be looking to time an entry on a 4-hour 9 as well. So I believe this could be a pretty good potential trade opportunity. A potential, yeah, this is basically the sort of trade opportunity that I would look for, lining up a weekly, a daily and a 4-hour 9 trade for a potential reversal after such a massive move up. Yeah, I think that could be it, guys. The more that I think about it, obviously we've got a similar trade here on the Russell as well. We've not got the daily 9 coming up, but we are on this weekly 9. So this is a bit more difficult to time, but clearly these markets will move in tandem, and if we do get that sell-off based on the Nasdaq TDs, then that will in all likeliness drag the Russell down even more, because the Russell is obviously high beta. It moves more up and moves more down usually. So yeah, definitely looking at eyeing up some shorts in a couple of days. In a couple of days of extra more rallying as well. Lots of people are getting bullish. Lots of people are buying. I know people that were shorting and are now buying. I even myself stopped out all my shorts late last week. So I've capitulated on those positions. So yeah, we're getting to the point now where people are capitulating on the shorts, some people that didn't believe are getting long, people that are long are getting more long, and it's that once everyone becomes fully complacent, that is the time that we then will get a pullback. And I'm not saying it's to reverse the trend or new lows or lower lows or anything like that. It's just a cool off in the trend like we get. I mean, if we draw this, we've got a nice trend line on the Russell we can draw here as well. Get this line drawn up here. A nice trend line on the Russell. I mean, we could easily come back down to here. That is a nice move down. So yeah, no reason why we can't come down to there and then continue. But I mean, it's fully constructed. We've done it many occasions. We've done it on 2 occasions so far, and then we obviously, that's sort of when we've lost this initial trend line we've got going on here, like the more tighter trend line, but we come back and test that. So if you come back and test that one, break that, I would expect there at least, and then it's a case of, do we then just resume the trend, which there is no reason that you would expect us not to, technical analysis wise. I mean, I can't speak to anything fundamental wise in the real economy. So yeah, right, oil. What have we got going on in oil? In oil we have got so yeah, in oil we've actually got a daily 9 coming up soon, so maybe the weakness, maybe some weakness in oil will potentially, I'm just laughing because it's like we're just continuously looking for shorts in here, aren't we? Maybe the weakness in oil will precipitate a move down in stocks and get that ball rolling, but hey, we'll have to see. But yeah, we obviously haven't got a trade from this one, so we'll delete this one. And this is still an important level, so we will leave this on as an important horizontal level. We won't leave these arrows on because these arrows are played out. But yeah, we'll leave that on there. Right, so gold is interesting. Gold obviously came near enough down to our support level here and rallied back up. This was sort of the Wyckoff distribution area, but obviously it's on quite a shortish time frame. But yeah, maybe I expect us potentially to get back into this box, in which case I believe the target will be the top of the box and we'll either break out of it or we'll just play around in this box and maybe drop below. But we'll have to see what happens. Obviously gold could potentially rally if we start to get some weakness in stocks. So yeah, this is an interesting opportunity here. So I expect if we do get back into this box, then we'll move this down here, then I will expect to move basically back to the top of our range here. That's what we would expect, and then if we break it, onwards and upwards. If we don't, back down. But yeah, failing that, the 200-day is sat there looking very very tasty as a potential buy entry. I mean, obviously if we come down there, I wouldn't buy it at it. I would wait to see how we react to it, see if we start coming back up, see if we break below it, see it, and then buy it when we break back above it. But that's just the technicalities of actually placing trades, which you can talk about if we get down there. Silver looking a lot stronger than gold though, as you can see here. Silver's got back above this support line for the time being. So yeah, so I'll potentially get rid of a couple of these arrows. These must be based off 4-hour trades. We'll just have a look. Yeah, so sort of based off this 9 here. So we'll delete this trade idea here. It's just because we've got quite a lot of stuff. I am clicking delete. No, I'm not clicking backspace. So yeah, so I believe here we can. I mean, if we get supported here back above this left zone, I expect basically a move back. I'm sorry, to the top. We'll just get rid of the arrow off there. And then if we break that, it's blue skies again, blue sky breakout. Up to wherever you like. I can't really, it's just an arbitrary point in price point that I'm putting it at. No real targets. Yeah, so that's what we were looking at in silver. So are we finally looking at a potential dip in stocks? I believe everyone's getting pretty bullish now. So that would be the time to get one. And then that could propel these precious metals a bit higher. Let's look at the gold silver ratio. Still stuck within the channel. I mean, this is looking like we'll get a continuation to the downside. We sort of had a rising, basically a bear flag, and we broken out the bottom of that. So I just expect more movement downwards. Now another leg down is what I'd expect from that. Let's have a look at copper. Oh, copper looking very good, very good, very good for a sell. Very good for a sell. Break back into the channel. Basically, this is looking a very good trade idea to me. This is definitely one I am gonna be looking at. And yeah, break of that, just move down to the bottom of the channel. That's your first target. I mean, you can't look any further than that. You'll have to see how we react to that level, whether we're going to actually break this channel. But this is looking a very good trade to me. This is obviously, when I say these things, obviously it's not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. When I say these things, that what I mean is that this is if this trade is confirmed. So if we basically break below here, at the moment we're nowhere near here, so we can keep going up, and that's fine. I mean, it's still a great trade idea. It just never got activated. So if we do trade below here, yeah, then I will definitely be looking at a return to the bottom of the channel. Even maybe initially return to this sort of level here, but I mean, it may by the time we get there, that might be here, and in which case it will be the bottom of the channel. In fact, in that just in that case, we'll just move this over just to make it look a bit. Yeah, there we go. So let's look at wheat futures. Right. So we had the breakout, we had the 9, great sell. We had a great buy off this 4-hour 9. We had a great sell off this 4-hour 9, and we don't obviously have a 9 here. Well, sorry, we basically nearly had a 9 here as well at the bottom of this trend line, but this trend line wasn't here at that point in time, so we can't say that obviously. But yes, we had a great bounce there, and off basically what was nearly a 9, and then yeah, so this is not 9, but we are running out of space in this channel. We broke back above it. I would expect this move up now. So we had that move down there. We'll just get rid of that arrow. So, I mean, now it is sort of, look, we'll move this along a bit as well. It is sort of looking like we can get the move basically up to the top, up out of this formation now, and up as we were kind of looking at. So, may publish that idea because that looks good. Looks like a good one. Wheat futures. Right, what's this one? Oh, uranium futures. I may delete this because it's a bit difficult to chart. It's gone. Home Depot's trade idea. There's a sell. We didn't get it. So we've actually got a new sell line now. Move this up a little bit, and then we will target the 200 if that occurs. We will also make these lines. We'll put these lines on a diet real quick. There we go. If only if it was that easy in real life. Yeah, we had a trade idea on here actually. Was it on here? Oh no, it wasn't. It was on the next one. But yeah, so smart sheet. We didn't have a trade idea on this. We didn't really have any. Did we have a daily 9? No, we didn't have a lot really, other than this was an earnings play anyway. So this is just you just trade this with options, and yeah, it would have been a great trade. This is the one I meant. Here we go. We had this move. So they had the 9. Once you break below the 9, which we did on this one candle, we were targeting down here. Obviously, earnings was a catalyst. Practically got us down there. Maybe a little bit more room to go to get down there. Maybe this is sort of support level. We'll get supported at. I mean, this is sort of a zone, isn't it? Really, it's not a definitive line. So maybe this will start to make its way back up now. But yeah, great trade though. That was a published trade idea over on my TradingView. If you guys want to have a look at that, there it was. Just here. Just being a bit slow, little bit slow. So yeah, we put this trade idea. If we broke it down there, and then obviously you guys, the rest is history. We also had this great Bitcoin trade idea as well, where we were. It was like our stop is below this candle. We're at support, basically targeting support to resistance. And yeah, that was our risk reward, and then the market moved pretty much straight back up. So that was quite a good trade also. But anyway, back over to what we were looking at. So yeah, that's work. Work was a great trade opportunity. Costco, yeah, Costco was sort of looking at this this formation here. If we break it back above here, then it's a buy, and we are looking like we're potentially going to do this. So this could be a big move up in Costco. Have we got anything on the 4-hour, 12-hour? No, nothing here. Nothing really. So this is just a formation play, like I said. Yeah, break above here and then get us above this 9 again. Just basically, I think it's just upwards and upwards for this price. If those confirmations happen. Yeah, CLX, we had the sell off here. We had this level as a level to buy if we broke above, but we broke below. We got down there, came back up, bounced back. So now it's a case of, are we going to reject from this level. And I mean, if we do, I'll probably be targeting this 200. I mean, this is a 12 hour. Sorry, let's go on to the daily. It's roughly the same. It's basically the same count pretty much as well. But yeah, the daily will be targeting the 200 if we break down here. But if we don't, if we bounce, then I mean that is clearly the trade, and then obviously onwards and upwards beyond that. So CLX, let's look at our Boyd. This is one of my shorts that I stopped out of. So we peaked above the 200 day, looking to get supported by it. If we don't, I will just move this arrow up to the 200 because it's an important level. Now if we don't, then there's potential moves down. But anything on the 4 hour, 12 hour? Oh yeah, great, 4 hour 9, perfect. So yeah, this could be seeing a retrace now then. Yeah, so maybe as low as the 50, if not the 21 on the 4 hour, and then obviously if we go lower, that was roughly what the daily 200 was. Daily on it wasn't. It was just it wasn't even anything, was it? But based on the 4 hour chart, this is the potential sell here. So I mean, quite possibly this sort of his horizontal historical level would be a good target. So I may draw that on. Maybe that would be a reasonable target for this. On that basis, I will get rid of this arrow, and then we will just didn't need to get rid of it. We'll just draw that there. So if we break that, then potentially down to there. So yeah, nice trade idea there for Boyd Gaming. We'll have a look at one more stock, TDOC. Yeah, my friend's heavily involved in this now. Bought a lot more shares. He had a lot of shares, and now he's got 3 times that amount of shares. Anyway, so he's all in. We're at the 200 on the 4 hour. Let's see what we're on the daily. Obviously, I don't rate the 200. Yeah, this. I mean, I did tell him I don't like how this is looking. I'm out of this now. You guys know that I've been buying this. I'm out of this. I'm not buying this dip. When this bounce failed to make a new high, then and obviously these lows are making new lows compared to this low. I'm not interested in obviously buying this anymore in my long term. Obviously for trades it's fine, but yeah, potentially breaking here, take us down to the 200 daily. But clearly the break above there is the winning trade. If we break above there, then it's just blue skies again. But this is one of the healthcare sort of stocks though, guys. So this is one of the crowded trades. This is one of the global pandemic trades. So I mean, not getting political or anything, but if we're seeing lots of mixing of people, aka riots going on, and we don't see an outbreak, I believe then the need to jump into these sorts of stocks may be a bit diminished, and we could see some serious downside. I mean, even realistically, this is sort of a historical level this could target. Let me draw this on. This is a sort of historical level that could be targeted, and this is literally a 50% reduction in the current share price. So this is the potential big move. This could have coming in. It could have incoming. So doesn't have to happen. Clearly invalidated if we break above highs, just onwards and upwards. But yeah, interesting trade idea there. So interesting. Yeah, so right, so that's it. That's the end of this video today, guys. So thank you for listening. Remember, this is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will speak to you guys soon.